Hey everyone, I have been missing in action, and I know I have been, and I haven't forgotten you all. What have I been up to? Well, I got the haircut. Hey, hey, hey. It originally was very, very short. I cried. Yes, I cried. It was very, very, very short. I quit coloring it. I am now officially, naturally, hair color, and it is gray. And I went to the eye doctor last week and I got my peepers examined. And he said they're really in great shape considering I'm 61 years old. So I was thrilled. So I was able to get some contact lenses so I don't have to constantly wear eyeglasses. And it's been 2 years since I've been in contacts or had contacts in my eyes. So it's like getting used to them all over again. But it's going well, and I am back, and I have not stopped knitting. I've actually taken on a couple of other endeavors. I have started doing some crocheting as well, and I'm really enjoying that. I have a tough time still following the crochet patterns as usual, and I think that seems to be symptomatic of those of us who either knit or crochet. We do one well and we struggle with the other when it comes to reading patterns and understanding them. And then there's the natural occurrence of sometimes we have a problem understanding the patterns that go along with our typical project that we, or our hobby or craft that we do the most, which could be knitting or crocheting. So what have I been doing? I have been spending some time creating a new endeavor, and I am making soap. I'm making homemade soap, and I'm making body butter and lotion bars, and I'm doing this for a number of reasons. One, since my heart attack in 2013, I've had to have numerous operations, and holding down a normal, as as they say, a normal 9-to-5 job or any job whatsoever that requires me to check in and report to a boss is not happening. Also, what is not happening is after numerous and numerous attempts of filing for disability, the government kept saying, go to work, and go to work was, even though I wanted to go to work, it wasn't something that I could physically do anymore. So this is allowing me to actually work at my own pace and at the times when I feel better. You know, when you've got health issues, you have your up days and your down days, and I have you know, not only did I have open heart surgery and 2 heart attacks, but I've had 4 other operations since that time, and I have been diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis and fibromyalgia. So those 2 little ditties right there are known to knock me down for 24 to 36 to 48 hours at a time. And when storms roll in, I am just hit with a vengeance. Temperature variances play havoc on me, not only with how I feel, and I typically feel like when the flare up is really bad, I feel like I've been hit by a semi-truck, and it didn't hit me once, it backed up and ran over me a couple more times, and I literally don't get out of bed except to go to the bathroom and get something to drink, because just to be alive is painful and it's not fun. So I thought, you know, there's not much that I can do, and with my knitting and crocheting, I have tried to be able to sell my products or the items that I make, and unfortunately, people who do not knit and crochet, while they love what we make and they just and ah over it, they do not understand the time required to make that item, and the energy that goes into it, and the planning, and the years of just learning to do what we've done, and to buy our tools, and to make the choices of yarn, and shop for the yarn. And while all those things have been fun and pleasant, we still need to be able to make a livable wage doing what we do. And frankly, while I can make a hat for a few dollars in materials, it takes me hours on end to knit a hat. I'm not a machine. I'm just not, and most of us aren't. So I do need to earn some money, and I cannot do it with my knitting. It's not going to happen, because too many of us that do knitting and crocheting don't recognize our true monetary value. And we are valuable. We have a talent, and that talent is worth something. So we may not have went to school and gotten a degree to do it, but we have been to the school of life, and the school of mistakes, and frogging, and tinking, and redoing, and all of those things come into play. And this isn't the sandbox. We're in real life here, folks. And I'm not going to work for 10 hours on an item and make $10. Somebody pay me $10 for it. I'm not going to do it. I will work 10 hours and give an item to somebody that's special to me and who I feel is knit worthy or crochet worthy. Yes, I will do that, and I know all of us do that, and I get it. Nobody needs to explain it to me. But when somebody wants something, and they want something specific, and I take working for money, crocheting and knitting for money is, for me, extremely stressful. I second guess myself. I'm always worried, are they going to like it? Is it going to fit them? And blah, 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 blah. I had a man contact me who I know, and he said, his sister would like a knitted bedspread for a queen size bed and wanted to know if I could do it. And I said, well, yes, I can, but I think you need to let her know that the cost is not very cheap. And I told him, I said, just the yarn alone, even if it's, inexpensive yarns, say Red Heart yarn, and Red Heart's not really inexpensive anymore. I mean, there's cheaply made yarn, but there's not cheaply bought yarn, okay? Unless you happen to get a clearance when you're getting it for 50 cents a skein, but that's not here nor there. You still have the time factor in there. And, if you go into any department store and were to purchase a crocheted queen size blanket or a knitted queen size, bedspread, you would pay hundreds of dollars for it. And I expect to charge those same prices that they would pay for it in stores. My time is just as valuable as that manufacturer's time is. So, yeah, and I was just up front with them, and I said I would be more than happy to do it, but it's not something that happens overnight. It will take quite a long process of time to do, and it will cost several $100s. And please let her know that in advance, so that she can decide if that's something that she still desires to have. And quilters, people that do quilting, they certainly understand, because they spend a lot of time planning their quilts and designing them and cutting them out and sewing them together and making them, and they get hundreds of dollars up into over thousands of dollars for their quilts. And while I gasp, at the same time, I understand. We are artisans. We have a talent, and our talent is valuable. And we need to remember that. And I know it's hard to think about it in those terms because we're not used to thinking that way. But ladies and gentlemen, and young people, you know, if the world came to a screeching halt right this moment, there was no electricity, all the machines came to a screeching halt, everything stopped, those of us who have yarn would be in huge demand because we are the ones that can make things to keep people warm. We can make sweaters, we can make coats, we can make scarves, we can make hats, we can make mittens, we can make socks, we can make blankets, and the list goes on, and dishcloths and washcloths and towels and rugs and yada, yada, yada. So, think about it. Just as, I use this as an example, my beautician has no problem charging me X amount of dollars for a haircut. She spends 20 minutes cutting my hair and she charges me $15. That is not including a shampoo. That is just a haircut. I get it. She went to school. She has a business that she is running, and she is entitled to make a profit, and she is entitled to get paid for her skills. And yes, she does have a degree, and yes, she does have overhead. But you know what? I have overhead. You have overhead. Your overhead is your roof of your house. You don't live there for free. You have expenses. And if you do happen to get lucky and get your yarn at really, really cheap, you don't pass that savings on to the customer. You pocket that. That is your profit. That is a yay for you. You have had a good lucky day. You got a good buy, and it's going to increase your profit margin by a little bit, and hurrah for you. So, while I know a lot of people do not agree with me, there are a lot that do agree with my opinion on this, and it is my opinion. And after having spoken to someone who actually owns an art gallery and is an artisan themselves, and they work with material and dyes and ink, and her stuff is gorgeous. And she has her studio, and she has a lot of other artisans with various types of artistic talents that sell their items in her shop. She looked at my items and she started pricing them. And she was the one who gave me the talk that I am giving you. And until we value ourselves and put a value on our ability, and it is an ability, not everybody can do it. Just like I can't cut hair, but I can crochet a shawl. And when my beautician wanted a shawl, and she wanted it a specific length, and she wanted to wear it because she was going to New York for a week to celebrate the New Year, and blah 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 blah. And I said, yes, I can make it for you. She didn't ask me how much. When she colors my hair and spends 2 hours on my hair, she charges me $85. I spent probably 8 hours on her shawl that I made. It was a one-of-a-kind. I've never seen one like it. I designed it myself. I've never made another one like it. I charged her $50, and I swallowed hard when I charged her that $50, trust me, because I felt like, oh God, is this what she expected? She never batted an eye. She paid it, and she told me, she said, this is exactly what I wanted. I could not find this anywhere, and this is what I wanted. So let that be something to you. And as my sister who was in real estate says, is what you say. This is the price that I charge for this item. It's easy to go down in price, but it's very hard to increase your price once you have stated a price. So just, it was a great learning lesson for me, and since then I have sold some things after the talk with the lady who owned the art gallery and with my sister who was doing some real estate. I have sold a few things, and I have stood firm, and it was a great feeling. I got my asking price, and they did not bat an eye, and it was it was a good experience for me. And I was willing to give a little, but I knew what I was willing to give, and I knew what I really wanted, and I asked for what I wanted, and I knew what I was willing to take, and they had no problem giving me what I wanted, and I was just ecstatic. Okay, and you will be too. And just remember that there are those who we don't, we crochet and knit because we just love to do it, and we give the things away to the people that we love, or we give them to people who are in need, and the homeless and the elderly and in the nursing homes, and and the neonatal units and all, and that's all well and wonderful, but there are people, and I happen to be one of them, that I really, really need to be able to sell my items and actually make some money. And that was important to me. So it didn't happen per se with my knitting and crocheting, and I've been knitting and crocheting for years. I've sold a few things, but I've never actually made money. Okay, so I'm working on soaping, and one of the things that I did was, I've had a lot of skin issues with the psoriatic arthritis. Psoriasis is a crummy little thing, and I have been to dermatologists, I've been to my doctors, my rheumatologist. I've been there, and I've seen the doctors, and they prescribed medicine, and they prescribed ointments, and they prescribed pills. Nothing works, okay? I have the pain, I have the funky skin that, I wash my face, and 30 minutes later, I feel my skin around my eyes, and I feel all these little scaly pieces, and I'm like, what is going on? And I'd rub them, and they'd flake off, or I could scratch them off. Next thing I knew, I had torn at my skin, and I was becoming a mess. And I'd wash, and I'd scrub with the washcloth, and it would all be nice and smooth, and 30 minutes later everything's back again. And that's part of the psoriasis issue with skin, is that your cells regenerate quicker than what your skin cells do, actually quicker than what they should. So you have this excess of skin. So the ointments weren't cutting it, and nothing was working. And then on top of it, I also have peripheral neuropathy, because I had issues with my health going on before I had my heart attack that I didn't know that I had. Okay, so it's like, I'm fortunate to actually have legs and feet. I should be an amputee, and the man upstairs was looking after me. But anyhow, because of these problems that I've had with my skin, I finally said, I'm going to try natural products. And I was having to drive into another city from where I live to buy some natural soaps. And I was paying quite a bit of money for them. And after a while, when I found out that my skin was having good results with natural ingredients, I looked into doing this myself. And I have started making soap, body butter, and some lotion bars. And that's all I'm doing with that. I'm trying to keep it very simple. I do not use any perfumes in my products. Whatever scent they have, it's because the ingredient itself, which is 100% natural, has that specific smell, like shea butter. Some shea butter has a little bit of a smell to it when you first put it on, and then it immediately seems to go away. But I use ingredients such as shea butter, cocoa butter, mango butter, olive oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil, argan oil. There's a lot of oils, and they're all natural. I don't use anything that has fillers, chemicals, sulfates, parabens, petroleums, anything like that. I do use a few essential oils, but I make sure that they are 100% pure. I don't do anything I don't fool with an essential oil that has a filler in it, because I don't want that on my skin. My skin, people, I don't know. I don't know how good the lighting is right now. I have no makeup on. I don't wear makeup anymore because my skin is just, it's been such a train wreck that I quit wearing makeup. And I live in Florida and it's hot, so before I walk out the door, and I don't live in a house that's air conditioned all the way through it, we have window air conditioners, so I walk from my bedroom to my car door and my makeup is sliding off my face, so I'm like, why bother? I'm 61 years old. I'm fixing to be 62 this October. For that amount of years, my skin is pretty good shape. I'm doing pretty good here. I'm quite proud of it. And it has improved with the usage of my soaps. So, I haven't left. I've just been kind of up to my elbows in soaps and oils. And nice butters. And, your skin just sucks it in. It's everything that your skin is just screaming for and is hungry for. And I don't put in glycerins. I don't put in water. I don't put in anything. I just put in good stuff for you. In fact, everything that I put in there, you could probably eat. So, and yeah, you could eat it. I don't recommend it because you would probably have, diarrhea, but it's nothing that, there's nothing in there that's bad for you. I mean, you have olive oil on your salad or on your greens, and you use sweet almond oil in some of your baking products, and grapeseed oil is just wonderful. You add it with vinegar and put it on a tossed salad, and it's great. So the things that I use, the items that I use are the things that you find in your kitchen every day and that you use to cook and bake with every day. So it's natural, and I take pride in what I do. It's not fancy, it's good. And that's what I wanted. I wanted something that was good, and I didn't care about it being fancy. I just wanted it to do what I wanted, what my intent was for it to do. And so far, I've been doing this for several months now. Now I'm not running to the bank. I'm not making mega bucks or anything like that. But I'm taking it one day at a time, and the people who have bought my soap and body butters are very, very happy with them, and they're loving them, and they're coming back, and they're buying. The ladies are buying for their daughters, and that's a real compliment when a mother is passing it on to her daughter and saying, this is fabulous for your skin. That's something to be proud of, and I am. The other thing is that I put things in, like I have a bar soap that I did, and it is naturally colored, and I colored it naturally with paprika. Yes, paprika that you put on your deviled eggs when you make deviled eggs for Thanksgiving and the family Sunday dinners and Easter dinner and all that stuff. Okay, and I used it, and then I used another spice that's turmeric. Turmeric actually has some anti-inflammatory qualities about turmeric, which helps with inflammation in your body. I used those two spices to get the color that I had of the soap, and it turned out really great. I've made it twice. It's turned out two different ways. One of it, it's a little grainy, so you get a little bit of exfoliation when you use the bar on your body if you don't use it with, a washcloth. But it feels good. The other thing is that like I said, I'm my own guinea pig. I try it. I do it all, So I thought, hair. I typically have oily hair. All of my life, I have had to wash my hair every day. it is a pain. It requires washing every day with it short. It requires it when it's long. It requires it when it's mid-length. I have oily hair. That's just the way it's always been all of my life. I decided to try my bar soap on my hair. It was awesome! My hair feels great. It literally is squeaky clean when I'm washing it and when I'm rinsing it out. I have these nice bubbles and lathers. There's no sulfate, so everything's natural. I mean, it's olive oil and sweet almond oil and, a couple other oils that I've turned into soap, and I'm washing, my hair with it. And my hair is literally squeaky clean as I'm rinsing the lather out of it. And I use it also in place of my shaving cream. I hate shaving cream when I shave my legs because my legs are so dry afterwards. And it doesn't matter what kind of shaving cream I use, whether it's the cheap stuff or the stuff that's supposed to be moisturized or whatever, I still have dry skin. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try this. So I literally have found a soap that I can use from the tip of my hair to the tips of my toes and everything in between, and it works wonderfully, and my skin is very, very happy. It's been great. It's been a wonderful experience, and as I said, the people who have purchased it are enjoying it as well. So if any of you want to see some of the things that I've been making, I've got another video that I'm going to post after I upload this one, so that you'll see what I've been doing, and I'll show you a couple things that I've actually done today. So hopefully you'll feel like watching them. And if you're interested in anything, please feel free to contact me. My name is Deborah. You can text me at 386-972-1946, and I will be happy to answer your questions that you have and let you know more about the products and the prices of them. I have worked very, very hard to keep everything very, very financially affordable. I have looked at other products that other people sell that use the exact same thing that I use, because they have spent a lot of money on packaging, and their packaging is very, very pretty. I can't say enough about how beautiful their packaging is. But their packaging, because of the packaging that they're using, their product for the exact same product that I have is $20 more a jar than what mine is on my Body Butter. I have tried to keep my packaging very simple and user friendly. My focus has been on the product itself and its quality, and that I can make some money, not a killing, but some money, and those who need to use natural products on their skin, whether it's due to skin issues or sensitivities or allergies, or they have problems with fragrances, or they just want to be putting as natural ingredients as they can on their body to wash and moisturize. That has been my goal. So I am trying my best to keep the costs down, and by doing that, I have kept the packaging very, very simple. So, not fancy, but I'm good. And that's what the important part is. Fancy doesn't fix the problem. Good fixes the problem. So, that's what I want to do. So, anyhow, again, my name is Deborah. My number is 386-972-1946. You can text me there. You can find me on Facebook. I have a page, and it's called Laural, Laural, Cottage Soaps. And you can reach me there. I also have an email address that is happyskin, that's all one word, .02@gmail.com. And that's happyskin, all one word, .02@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. I hope you'll watch my next video so you can see a couple of the things that I have going on right now, and you'll get a feel for what I'm doing. And please feel free to leave some comments down in the comments section, and I hope that you will give my items a try, and that you will be as happy with them as what I am and what others have been who have also bought them. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends. Share my YouTube channel with them. When you find me on Facebook under Laural Cottage Soaps, please feel free to invite your friends and share the page. I try to do updates, and I do my best to stay in contact with people and return text messages as quickly as possible. So it's just me. I'm the one that's doing the cooking, the making, and the baking, and the putting it all together. But I do my best to keep in contact with everybody that reaches out to me. So thank you, and thank you for watching my video. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a very good year in 2020. And I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.